coming to you live to do this training on my money practices to create exponential wealth. I swear by what I'm going to be sharing today, because it's not just all about strategy. These practices have played a big part in my success. Ladies, are you ready to upgrade your money mindset? I am seriously bringing to you some really powerful practices that some I do daily, some I do weekly, so you are going to be blown away. You will need pen and paper when we get to that point of this training, or you may want to watch this training over and over again. I promise you, this is not fluff. This is not just, me showing up. I am truly sharing exactly what I do and exactly what I help my clients with as well. So when it comes to money, sooner or later, there's a wake-up call that happens for each and every one of us, right? And if you are wondering why, let me just actually, before I get into this, let me say hello to a few more gorgeous people who are here. Thank you for being here. So I was talking about, money mindset seriously is everything, right? And the reason we haven't yet, I always say yet, reached a level of success or income that we desire is very likely because of some kind of money blocks, right? Strategy does play a part. If you truly believe that you have the strategy, you're doing the strategy that other people have taught you, it's working for other people, why the heck is it not working for you? Then it is very likely a money mindset thing, right? And this has become a huge part of my practice as a part of what I do with my clients, because especially when it comes to high ticket, this is really important. It's something that we need to take control of, right? Because otherwise nothing changes, because no matter what strategies you apply in your business, you will continue to hit the same brick wall, because our subconscious mind will sabotage our own growth, and that's, because it's there to protect us, it's there to protect us, and this is really a super important part of the work that I do every single day, and I teach my clients as well, and I swear by this. So for those of you who are new to my world, I just want to super quickly introduce myself to you. My name is Anne Ryan. I live in Melbourne, Australia. I'm a business mentor and a money mindset coach, and I help my clients who tend to be coaches and consultants mainly, sometimes course creators, to package and position their incredible value. We all have value, gorgeous ladies, into a high ticket offer and create it to be so good that it practically sells itself. This is what results in more than 70% of my clients making their ROI in their first month, right? I'm not a magician. If they have a good audience already, so if you don't have the audience, it'll take a little bit longer, but if you have a good audience already, if we make some little tweaks to your offer to make it so irresistible that it's a no-brainer for them to say yes, you will get your return on investment in that first month if you work with me. I also show my clients how to accelerate their authority so they can take their prospects from cold to sold fast. Again, a large majority of my clients, coincidentally 70%, have worked with me after 5 days of following me super closely. Or let's put it this way, actually, let me rephrase that. I've only known them for 5 days. So maybe they've been stalking me for a little bit longer, but they have not kind of even commented, liked, loved, or anything. right? And that's what we also need to remember. There are people who are watching us all the time who don't necessarily let us know that they're watching us, right? The other thing that I do with my clients is we implement an organic client acquisition system that brings in consistent clients month after month after month. So if you've made some sales in your business, right? If you've kind of reached close to that $5,000 mark and want to scale your business to $30,000, $50,000, or even $100,000 months, I have now done this multiple times with so many clients. You would like to explore what working with me looks like, drop a hashtag support below or send me a private message and we can just have a conversation to see if we are a good fit. And I am going to get stuck into the training. All right. Now, before I do start sharing my money practices, I do want to touch on the money blocks part because it's really, really crucial. It goes kind of hand in hand. But I'm not going to spend too much time on this. In case you were wondering, okay, let's start here. In case you were wondering what money blocks are, because, we've got different women at different stages of their journey in here. So let me start with this. If you're wondering whether you have money blocks, let me share some examples of what money blocks look like. Being too busy or running out of time to figure out how to take your income to a whole new level is a money block. Your house is perfectly clean, you're homeschooling your kids maybe, and yet your business is not making money. That's a money block, right? Feeling as if there is an invisible glass ceiling, money ceiling, and you can do 5,000, but you can't do 10. You can do $100,000 a year, but you can't kind of break past that ceiling. We all have a glass ceiling, right? And there are various reasons for this. It all stems from our belief system, and that is a money block. I would love you to tell me in the comments as I share more examples, like which ones are yours, right? Because we all have them and I'll be sharing the same. Like definitely the glass ceiling has been something that I've had to smash through a few times and that will be ongoing. Avoiding looking at your bank account, and really dealing with your money situation. Being in that kind of denial space, massive money block. Now, I personally don't have that, but I know so many people that do. Making just enough money, just enough to get by, just enough to meet our needs. But that's it, just paycheck to paycheck kind of situation. Yeah. No matter how hard you're working, you've got just enough. That stems from a money block, right? It's a belief system thing. Feeling resentment about wealthy people, looking at people celebrating all these big income goals and milestones that they've reached, and and even just seeing people driving their fancy cars or living in their beautiful homes, you feel resentment, because and somewhere inside of you, and I see this happening all the time. I've had people say to me as well, focusing on money is unhealthy. It's not about the money for me, it's just about the impact. I'm really not, I'm not interested in making that kind of money. The impact is more important. That's a money block, because gorgeous ladies, if you want to have a lot of impact, you need to make a lot of money, period, right? Period. You don't have to go and buy Louis Vuitton and fancy cars, but you still need to make a lot of money in order to really, truly have a lot of impact. Undercharging in your business. Yeah, and you can't see how you could charge more. You just don't believe people will be willing to pay you more. That's a money block. Fearing that you'll have to work harder, right? If you're successful, if you make more money, if you want $1 million business, if you want more, then you will have to work harder. That's a money block. that will keep you stuck, right? Fear of success. Now, I've had that too, because I experienced burnout in the past and I did not want to go back there again. And I had to do a lot of work around that to shift past it. And I am going to give you the exact money practices that I do as well, right? But I just want to kind of give you these insights so you can really start identifying your own money blocks. Often feeling obligated to help family or friends when they need money, and feeling guilty if you can't always help them out, stems from having a money block, right? We need to empower people and not enable people and create codependency when it comes to money. Yeah. And this may not feel like a money block, but it actually is. Wanting to make more money, but afraid it might change who you are. You worry about judgment. You worry that you might lose friends. You worry, what will people think? Because, let's face it, if you're wealthy, you may not be, seen to be an equal to all your other friends and family potentially who are not in the same place as you. Stressed out by endless arguments, with your partner about money. All of this, stems from having money blocks, holding back from investing in yourself, in your business, in your growth. Comes from money blocks because you have fears that, what if it doesn't work for me? It works for everybody else, but what if it doesn't work for me? Am I good enough? They're just selling their coaching because they want to make money, but really, I'm not good enough and I won't ever make my ROI, and so therefore I won't invest in myself. It comes from having a money block. Being secretive about money, as a way of feeling safe and in control and not wanting people to know about how much money you have or even don't have, again, comes from money blocks, right? So I'd love to know, do you think you have any of the money blocks that I just shared? If you're willing to share, let me know in the comments, because the good news, gorgeous ladies, is that you can shift past all those blocks, right? You can even get rid of this, because this is all happening in your subconscious mind, and it's a matter of rewiring your mind for success. Yeah. And the practices that I'm going to now share with you will absolutely help. You can reset your money story immediately, right? Starting today. Of course, only if you actually implement some of the things that I suggest, right? If you just want to listen to me talk for 40 minutes and then get on with the rest of your day, then nothing's going to change, right? One of the ways to shift through some of these money blocks that I mentioned is for you to really truly understand your unique money blueprint. Once you discover what your money blueprint is, because we all have one, right? We all have a unique money blueprint. It will feel like all the puzzle pieces will start fitting together, right? It'll all fall into place. You'll understand what makes you tick, when it comes to money. You will free yourself from all the negative self-talk and the judgment and all those sorts of things that you currently have about money, and maybe even about yourself. Yeah. You'll discover your strengths, and because with all blueprints, right? We also have, with all money blueprints, we also have some unique strengths and gifts that we can really leverage. Yeah. And also there are challenges in the shadow side that once we have increased awareness around that, we can actually do something about it, right? Once you understand this, you will be able to make decisions around money so much easily as well, and you'll feel so much more empowered, right, when it comes to money and wealth creation and business success and even relationships, because the way you do money is actually the way you do most things, right? And you won't feel fear of money running out, or fear of being homeless, or fear of not being able to get past this kind of stuck or whatever situation that you might be in, right? And this happens at every level, right? So this might be relevant to you whether you are, starting out and at the early stages, or you've been trying for a while and you can't break through the early stages. And then equally it happens even you could be making $100,000 a month, let's start with years, like 6-figure years, and you kind of go, why the heck can I not break past this point? Yeah. And it could be even $1 million. It could be just consistency. It could be just repeating what you've done before. Like, why can't you do it again? It's crazy, right? Because we have these subconscious blocks that prevent us, essentially. And once you understand your money blueprint, the strengths, the gifts, the challenges, and how to make decisions around money and all those things, you really truly will feel so enlightened and free, because you'll realize there's actually nothing wrong with you. This is just kind of your blueprint, and then you have the choice to make to actually shift past some of the blocks and beliefs. Now, I have a free money quiz. Some of you may have already done it. If you haven't done it yet, drop a hashtag money quiz if you'd like to take the quiz. And if you check out the guides section, once you've done the quiz, you need to do the quiz first, and then the guides section has some short videos on all the different archetypes, so you can find out more about your own money blueprint as well. But again, as I started off this call, if you'd like to get my help with your money mindset, so you can kind of create and sell those high ticket offers, and really it could be as simple as making 2 sales a month to reach your goals, right? Rather than doing whatever else you might be doing right now. And if you don't want to figure it all out yourself, you are absolutely welcome to figure it all out yourself. If you go through this Facebook group, you will piece everything together, because I share absolutely everything in here, and you can figure it out yourself. Or if you'd like to explore what working with me looks like, then you know the drill. Drop a hashtag support or send me a private message, and we can have a conversation to see if we are a good fit. Because like I said, it is entirely possible. This is not a life sentence. It is entirely possible to get rid of some of these subconscious money blocks, and to create a whole new story about money. And it can be done with the practices that I'm going to be sharing right now as well. Right, not wanting to check your bank balance, I have to push through that frequently. Yasmin, I hear you. I know so many other women like that as well. And look, at some point I have been there, but it's not been one of my bigger blocks. It is so essential, and I'm going to be talking about that in one of my daily practices that I do, that hopefully you can adopt and apply to your daily practices as well. All right, let me see. Who here wishes they could have a better relationship with money? How is your relationship with money? Do you love money? Do you complain about money? Do you wish you had more money? Do you wish money would hang around a little bit more because it comes and it goes? Would you love to become a magnet to money? Would you love to become a magnet to money? How would you like to increase your rates and make more sales? How would that feel? Without feeling sick in your stomach and afraid that you're going to lose clients. Most of my clients feel that way when they start working with me. I've felt that way at times. It's not an easy thing to do, but if you can work on your mindset at the same time and your belief system at the same time, it's possible, and people don't leave. In fact, more and more and more people buy. How would you like to be able to sell with confidence, standing behind the value that you offer? Once you do the work that I'm going to be talking about now, it is going to change the game. Like, seriously. You will be more positive, you'll feel an increase in your self-worth, you'll see an increase in your income, you'll know how to have really good conversations with your partner about money rather than, having arguments. That is, if that's relevant for you, right? You'll have more to give because you'll actually, you won't feel resentment. That's the thing, undercharging and staying stuck and not really stepping into who you really, really want to be because you're afraid about what people will say or with people leaving or whatever it is. Yeah, it doesn't help you. You'll feel empowered to make choices that you haven't been made before, right? And I felt it was really, really important. I know I've taken sort of 20 minutes to give you that context, but I felt it was really, really important for you to understand that before I start talking about my practices now. You have mixed feelings. Yasmin, I get it, right? I get it. Like, sometimes denial is easier. It's okay, we don't have to necessarily feel good about these things, but we can't improve something we don't pay attention to. Before so let me start with this. We can't improve something we don't pay attention to. A plant won't grow if it's not watered. A child won't grow if it's not loved and fed and looked after. Money is the same. It's a frequency. It's an energetic currency. It needs to be loved. It needs to be desired. It needs to be paid attention. It needs to not be ignored, despite what we're thinking and feeling about it. It needs. And money doesn't go to where it's needed, by the way. It goes to where it is desired, where it is truly, truly wanted. And so this is why we need to actually do these practices, because it really, really, really helps to pay attention. All right. So like I said, you're going to want a pen and paper, and I highly recommend you watch this again and again and again, because you could pay you could pay somebody else for this training, or you can take what I shared now and apply them. I am going to share like 10 practices that I swear by. I guarantee you, and don't worry, these take literally minutes to do. I guarantee you will change your life. I have clients from years ago who come back to me and say, oh my gosh, like, I'm still doing those money practices and I can't believe how much my life has changed. Yeah, true. Set yourself reminders if you need to. On your phone or on whatever way. Put things up on your fridge. stick things on your mirror, front door, whatever way you need to keep reminding yourself to do these things, do them. Some of these practices are daily, some of these practices are weekly, some of these practices are always and forever, right? And they literally there's no excuse or reason for not doing this. There's always the time, right? Because the way I do it, it literally takes minutes. All right. Number one, this is going to sound like something you've heard before. You need to hear it again. I start and end every single day, 365 days of the year. I don't need a reminder. I just do. This is a habit. I start and end the day with gratitude. I am so incredibly grateful. It takes a minute to 2 minutes. I'm not spending hours on this, right? The moment I am waking up and the moment I'm falling asleep, this is how I start and end my day. I practice gratitude, for everything that happened in the day, for everything I received, for everything I know that is coming, for everything that so many people take for granted. I practice gratitude. Yeah. I was just interviewed for a podcast just before I came on here, and I was sharing this little story with them, and I also shared this with a client earlier this week, and I'm sharing it now because it's all relevant, right? That's how I end up doing my Facebook lives, because all these things happen and I'm like, oh, this is what I need to talk about this week, right? I take a bill, an invoice, something that needs to be paid, whether it is for water, electricity, for hundreds of thousands of dollars in my construction business, whether it is for servicing my car, and it was way more than I expected when my car was performing perfectly fine before the service and I received an invoice for $3,000, and I think, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the car that I love to drive. Thank you for servicing it and keeping me safe. Thank you for the water, the electricity, every single bill that I receive. I am grateful for it. I don't resent it. I don't kind of go, another bill. We're receiving it because this is the exchange for what we have already received. Why should we feel resentment for something that we've already received? We need to actually feel gratitude. I write thank you on every single invoice. And it's part of my day. It's what I do. It's what I do in my business. It's what I did in my construction business. I've now hired somebody to do that part of my work in the construction business. But I used to, I would get an invoice for like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And sometimes I'd look at our bank balance and go, oh, shit, we don't actually have the cash flow to pay this right now. I would still be grateful and say thank you. And it is amazing, the money always showed up. The money always showed up. We always had the money to pay. Yeah. So gratitude. And, I'm really grateful, and take it to the next level. Even when something goes wrong, even when a service provider doesn't deliver, I am grateful for what they did. I am grateful for what I learnt. I am grateful for it all. You started your gratitude practice because of me. I remember actually, because we did that little side group, right, where I was following The Magic. It's this book called The Magic, has 30 days of gratitude practices. And I can't tell you how important that is. So that's my first practice. And, I would love you to really consider how you can take your own gratitude practices to the next level. Yeah, to the next level. The second thing that I do daily, and again, it's literally for a minute or two. When I wake up, I visualize my perfect day. I get crystal clear on what my perfect day is and who I'm going to meet and what I'm going to do and how this Facebook Live is going to be incredible and all the amazing people who are going to watch me live and also catch the replay. I'm going to visualize the podcast being just beautiful. I visualize all these amazing clients who are talking to me in Messenger, sending me their payments, onboarding them and booking them in for their intensive sessions. It literally takes minutes. Whatever I feel like visualizing, I visualize it, right? I visualize my vacation in July. I visualize moving into, buying another investment property. Yeah. So this is a money practice. If you can see it, you can achieve it. And if you struggle with visualization, and there have been times when I've actually struggled with it, create yourself a vision board on Pinterest or whatever platform or method you choose, Canva, and just visualize that. Look at it. Just look at it. Stick it on your laptop as the screensaver. Keep looking at it. I have manifested so much in my life through visualization. Everything that I have seen it first before I actually had it. I swear by it, right? And it might sound simple, but if it's so simple, why isn't everyone doing it? The third thing that I do as part of my money practices, and again, I do this daily and it literally takes a moment, is I just plan my day ahead, right? Reacting to what the day throws your way will not bring you the money or the success or, the level of income and success that you truly, truly desire. Be proactive, schedule things. If something must get done, schedule it. Prioritize revenue generating activities. It is so easy to fluff around and, I'm just redesigning my website, or I'm just doing something else with this funnel or something else. If you want money, prioritize your revenue generating activities that are going to bring in money. Yeah, that's not to say all those other things can't be done. You can do them, but they're not necessarily priorities. Yeah. And even schedule time for exercise and movement if that's something that you don't have as a practice. We need to I really consider that as it's a wealth practice, right? Because wealth is way more than money. Yeah, these are my practices that result in wealth. So planning, scheduling, I put things into my calendar so I know then it's going to get done. Yeah, because when I say that I work 2 to 4 hours most days, I work 2 to 4 hours most days. I don't scroll for 2 to 4 hours. I don't scroll. That 2 to 4 hours is no fluff time. It's no scroll time. It's not, comparing, looking at what other people are doing and watching other things and doing. I do all those things too when I can fit them in, but they don't count. Yeah, that's not included when I say that I've built this business working 2 to 4 hours a day. I mean it. I am super focused on what I have to do. I plan it and I get it done. I'd love to know how you manage distractions, the wrong environment, negative people with negative energy. Michelle, that's a really great question. And, my life has a lot of distractions. My dad can sometimes just ring me 5 times in the day because he needs something. And, I try and explain to him, Dad, I'm running a business, I'm working. If it's really, really important, then it's okay. But if not, can you just kind of save all your questions and ask me once? But he doesn't always remember. So then I have to put do not disturb on my phone, and I trust and believe that, when it's urgent, when it's important, I'll know about it, and I just avoid the distractions. As for people in my life who don't support me, who are negative, I love them, I accept them for who they are, but I gradually spend less and less time with them. My energy is everything. My energy is so, so important for my business success, for my ability to show up fully for my clients, for me to have more impact, for my family, for everything, right? And so I don't want to be around people who are going to drain my energy. And sometimes it's tricky. Sometimes it may be family, right? And we just need to manage that the best that we can. Isn't easy, right? But that's what I have to do. I'm really, like yesterday, I had an incredibly productive day. I got so much done. And it was because I knew exactly what I had to get done, and I just slotted it in. And I'm not thinking. I don't wake up thinking. I don't start my business day thinking about what I have to do. I already know what I have to do, and I just start. I have a really simple business model, right? So there's a lot of thinking that is removed. Thinking is what leads to overwhelm. Doing doesn't take time. Obviously, there are some tasks that take a little bit longer than others, but doing typically is so much easier than thinking. So I try and remove a lot of that kind of unnecessary thinking. I know it sounds kind of counter-intuitive, but that's what I do. All right, number 4, track your income daily. So gorgeous Yasmin, this one is for you, this one is for everyone. Track your income daily. Even if this is not a bookkeeping exercise. I'm not talking about a bookkeeping exercise here. I'm talking about tracking your income daily. A simple spreadsheet. There are some apps out there you can get as well. I don't have any particular recommendation. I keep mine really, really simple. Check your bank balance daily. Be grateful for even the zeros. Track the zeros, right? It doesn't matter. Even if nothing has changed from yesterday, pay attention. Check your bank account. Track every cent, even if you received 5 cents in interest or a reward for something that you got through your credit card. Track it all. Track those frequent flyer points. Track everything like it's the most valuable thing, because it all has value, right? It's not just money that has value. Like a free coffee has value. Be grateful for that. Track that, right? Track your free gifts, the coin that you found in the center console in your car, the note that you found in your pocket of your jacket you were wearing 6 months ago, track it all and really pay attention to money, right? Even if it triggers you. I am telling you, this is a game changer. When you pay this level of attention, it is a game changer, and it will trigger you. It will upset you sometimes, but track it anyway, because that trigger is probably exactly what you need in order to kind of step up your game a little bit more as well. Highly recommend this. Okay, I think I've gone on about this. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of time. I better hurry up. All right, number 5. The 5th thing I do, declutter my mind. Like really observe, and I recommend this as well, observe all those negative beliefs and thoughts that are popping up. Again, this takes 2 minutes, right? All of these things, 2 to 5 minutes. They're short, sharp, quick things. You don't have to fluff around for hours over this, right? Like observe the thoughts that are coming into your mind because they're not serving you. And, do your thing. Like find your practice that works for you. If you journal. I use EFT tapping sometimes. Use EFT tapping. I use belief shifting, taking positive sort of negative beliefs and shifting them into positive beliefs. Whatever works, right? I'm not going to kind of say there's only one way of doing this. Do it. Even though I haven't yet made a sale, I completely love and accept myself. That kind of stuff. If it's on your mind, it is going to block you. Get it out, right? Don't put a band-aid on a broken bone by just kind of pretending it's not there and saying, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire. It doesn't work, right? So really observe those thoughts. Reprogram your mind. You can do this yourself. You can do it with my support, but you can do this with yourself and like shift all those negative beliefs and really start thinking about some better feeling thoughts. Yeah. I find EFT incredibly effective. That kind of really looking at, I'm not good enough. I'm getting better every day. Yeah. It's a better feeling thought. I suck at this. I'm so bad at this all the time. Every time I do this, this happens. What's a better feeling thought? I know I am getting better every single day. I know there are people watching me. They're on the fence. They're ready. They're waiting for the right time. And it's coming. It's a much better feeling thought, right? Got it? All right. Number 6. This can be helpful for business. Grow your mind daily. So this is a slightly longer one. So this might be a 10 to 20 minute exercise practice that you incorporate. You can do it at the end of the day, at the start of the day, whether it's listening to an audio book, whether it's reading a chapter of a book, anything that gives you knowledge, inspiration, that's positive, that is going to help you to grow, is going to be incredible for you, your business, and to bring in more wealth. Yeah. And so, it can be inspiring for you to write a post. It can be the little seed that you need to go and do something that day, something that you hadn't done before. So, find the time, make the time. Now, I do a lot of driving, because of where we live. School pickups, drop-offs, visiting my parents, all those sorts of things. And so I don't have this at a specific time. I don't necessarily have this as a daily practice either, but sometimes I'm listening to audiobooks and watching things for hours because, my daughter's playing football. I've gone to watch her football and, I have something playing in the background while I'm kind of watching her, or as I'm driving, I'm listening to a podcast, that kind of thing. So grow your mind. Number 7, look at ways to upgrade your life. Now this can be done weekly, this can be done whatever frequency you choose, right? Pick one thing in your life that makes you feel not great. Poor is another word, right? I'm going to use, but that you want to improve. That isn't it doesn't give you, it doesn't spark joy. It bothers you every time, whether it's that squeaky door, whether it's that drawer that doesn't shut in your kitchen, whether it is the sheets on your bed, whether it is, your living room just looks drab. whatever it is, if there's a space in your life, in your home, like I went and got my car detailed on the weekend, and because it was getting me down, it was just like between the kids and the dogs, and my car was getting me down, and I didn't want that feeling, right? So I went and paid and got it completely like detailed and clean, and it feels like a brand new car all over again. Paint a wall, buy a plant, move your cushions around, do something to create a space, to upgrade a space, to create a space that you feel really, really good in, right? And I swear this is really, really important. You'd be absolutely surprised how these little subtle shifts in your surroundings can make a whole difference to how you feel. I bought silk pillows recently. I have bamboo, cotton, I don't know, some crazy high thread count sheets. It feels incredible, right? Whatever your price point is, whatever you can afford, you don't even have to spend money on this, right? It could be just a couple of dollars to get a plant, or it could be going for a walk and finding a plant that you like and just get a clipping and start growing it. You can change your environment, and that's what this is all about, right? Don't put up with things that get you down. Yeah, that's that one. All right, number 8. This is maybe a weekly thing, I would say. Schedule a time to look at all your finances in more detail. Schedule, I would say weekly, for paying bills, for reviewing your business, for your personal finances, for setting goals. It's a slightly more considered thing. So this is not like a daily thing. This is more like, really getting on top of things in your life, in your business, and in your personal circumstances, right? This is more of that kind of bookkeeping exercise. And if you've got a bookkeeper, that's even better because they can take care of this. But still, you need to sort of check, well, what has your bookkeeper done? You want to look at your numbers. You want to really understand when bills are due and when they're not due, and print things out if you're a printer outer person. I'm not anymore, but schedule things in your calendar so you know when things are happening and when things are due, and you don't miss a payment. You're not surprised. Like, we don't want surprises. When we can avoid them, let's kind of really fully pay attention to our situation, our financial situation, our personal situation. And this is the time to kind of look at even your rent or your mortgage payments and kind of go, okay, well, have I got the best deal? Should I kind of start myself a little project on the side to see if I can get a better interest rate? How long have I got left to pay on this loan? Whether it's credit card, anything, right? What can I do to pay this off sooner? It's that time. Yeah, it's that time. And again, set yourself like 20 to 30 minutes once a week. Maybe you could do it even once every 2 weeks. Whatever, you get to decide, right? It's a really, really important time to kind of look at your finances from a slightly higher level. All right. Number 9. Now, I love this one. And again, I swear by this one. You only need to do it kind of sporadically. It's a bit of a do it once, but you might need to do it again. Anchor your goals and your dreams, right? So display your vision board, your goals, your dreams in whatever format you can, in somewhere really prominent, so it's a constant reminder. Passwords. I love this. This is what I've done now for years, and I swear by this. I changed my password. My passwords are my next financial goal, and no one can hack my passwords because I do it in a different way each time. But I remember way back having $10 KM. So it was $10 KM was my password way long time ago, right? 10K months. Then it was like 20K, 30K, 50K, 100K, 7-figure year, $1 million year. It could be, Hawaii. It could be dream home. It could be investment property related. It could be anything, right? It could be 2 clients daily. If that is your goal, 2 clients daily or 2 clients monthly, or create a password that will anchor in what it is you truly desire. Game changer. I know I've said that a few times, but I mean it, right? This is incredibly effective. I swear by this. This is the stuff that brings it to your reality. Yeah. And you can anchor things in different ways. You can drink water and sort of think every time you drink water, you associate drinking water with a particular goal. You could do that with coffee. You could do that with I've got this beautiful fluffy rug sort of under my bed. And as soon as I step out of bed onto that rug, it brings up I have anchored that feeling, that to a desire, right? So anchor in your dreams, your goals, and this is an always thing, right? So you may not be changing your password daily. You might only be changing it weekly or monthly, or you might only change, you might have a much bigger goal. You might set a goal for $1 million and that might take you 12 months, in which case you may not need to change it in between, but you might have some stepping stones. Whatever you decide, you get to decide, right? All right. Okay. I'm running out of time. Okay. I don't know what number I'm on, but I think I am on the last one because I've got some notes here. Final one I'm going to leave you with is respect your money, respect your money, respect your money always. What this means is and go do this practice today if you can. Look around your home, look in your pockets, look in your handbags, look in your jackets, look in your car, in all the different places where you may have, without meaning to, but you may have just left coins, even if it is 1 cent or 1 penny or whatever your currency is, right? Collect all your loose change together and put it in a beautiful jar or whatever container that you can find. Really respect your money. Look in your wallet or your purse or your handbag, tidy it up, tidy up your notes if you still carry them, your credit cards, whatever. Give money a beautiful home to live in, right? Whether it's in a jar, whether it's in your purse. If your purse needs to be upgraded, upgrade it, right? Get whatever you can afford, right? If you can afford Chanel or Louis Vuitton, go for your life. If you can't, go to Target and get a beautiful home for your money to live in, right? Your purse or your wallet, and really pay attention to money like you've never paid attention to money before. Don't dismiss even a penny or a cent, because I'll bring it back to a different context in business. It's like dismissing the one person that showed up for your Facebook Live when you're starting out. You will never have 10, 20, 100 if you don't pay attention to the one. I am going to leave it at that, gorgeous people. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you found my practices helpful. I swear by them. I do literally every single one of these 10 practices. I do them, different frequencies, and so on. They are my spiritual practices. They go hand in hand with all the strategy and everything else that I do. Don't disregard them. I know some people, like I have some feedback to sort of say, oh, you seem to talk about mindset a lot. The strategy is the easy part. It truly, truly is. The mindset is a much bigger part, right? And I know how important this stuff is. So to close off, if you would like to explore what working with me looks like, as always, drop a hashtag support or send me a private message. This is the work that I do. This is the work I do with my clients alongside strategy and all the other things. My clients are getting incredible results. I won't go on about that because I don't have time, but I will love you and leave you until next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.